Hello, today in C1 Risk Training, we're going to show you how to set up document request review for your compliance workflow. So let's get into the platform and we'll show you how to do it. So here we are in our platform, and as you can see, I'm in the compliance tab and I'm in the evidence section today. So a couple of things that you want to note. So when you're setting up the review process for evidence collection, you actually need to do that before you send out the notification. So before you launch the evidence collection process. So it's actually done in the evidence record itself. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go into edit here. So as we're building these records, this can be done in bulk. If you're doing a bulk upload of your documents, we have included this in the template. But from a single file perspective, what we're going to do is we're going to come into the evidence section. And once we've put together all of our description for the document, we've set our evidence start date and end date, and the cadence that we need to see this document on. We will add the evidence owner. So this is the person who's going to provide the documentation. And then the next thing we want to do is set up the approval process. So it's actually defaulted to no. So typically in the platform, you'll see this evidence document set up like this. And so if I go to yes, then we have a couple of different options. It defaults to at least one person must approve, and you can just put the name of the approver in here. Note, of course, they have to be a licensed user on the C1 Risk platform. And your next option is to have an all must approve. And this is multiple people approving the document, but in any order. So they'll both receive a notification at the same time, asking them to approve the document. The document will not be approved in this case until both have approved, but again, they can do it in any order. And finally, we have an ordered approval process. So you can choose all must approve in order. And in this case, it goes by the way you actually list the different users. So in this case, top to bottom, it will be Stuart, then Elizabeth, then Michael, who has the final review. So in this instance, the notification will first go to Stuart. Assuming Stuart approves, it will then go to Elizabeth. And assuming Elizabeth approves, it will then go to Michael. If at any time Stuart, Elizabeth, or Michael reject the document request, it will be reopened and a notification will go back to the evidence owner with a note from the reviewer asking them to upload the appropriate documentation or with their comments. So at any time the process is interrupted, in the case where Stuart rejects the evidence, then a notification would automatically go back to the evidence owner, and Elizabeth and Michael will not receive a notification. But once the evidence owner resubmits, then Stuart will get to approve again. Elizabeth will then approve, assuming Stuart approves, and then Michael, and so on and so forth. Okay, so once again, just remember to do this, setting up evidence review, it needs to be done before you actually send out the document requests, and that's how we do it in the evidence record itself. Okay, so that concludes our training for today. Thank you very much.